Hey everybody, and welcome to NiagaraWineVideos.com, where I bring you the story behind Niagara's greatest wines. And I'm super excited because today I'm hanging out with Jeff Hundertmark from Marynissen Estate Winery. And we're here getting the story behind some wines that Jeff's selected for us. So why don't you take it away, Jeff? What are we looking at here?
Sure. Well, the first wine we've got today is a blend, one of our signature blends called Summer Solstice. I'll hold it up for you. So you can
Let's get a bottle shot there for him.
Yeah. So, do you want me to talk about this?
Yeah.
Sure. Summer Solstice is like I said, is a signature blend of the winery. Its first vintage was 2008, and this is the follow-up vintage, 2010. It's a blend of Gewürztraminer and Riesling, all from our farm here on Concession Wine.
Yeah, you mentioned all the fruit is grown. It's all estate grown fruit.
All estate
for all
grown
your
fruit,
wines.
yeah.
That's awesome.
These actually come from the Riesling are 33-year-old vines. Am I lying? Hang on a second. 35-year-old vines.
Yeah.
35-year-old vines, and the Gewürztraminer are 36-year-old vines.
So yeah, sorry, I just want to. I shouldn't interrupt, but so reading when people read on the website, it says here that Marynissen was kind of a pioneer. They're the first winery to grow the Vitis vinifera vine or grapes here in Niagara.
That is false.
Is that true? That's okay.
Marynissen's claim to fame, John Marynissen's claim to fame, is he was the first person in Canada to grow commercially Cabernet Sauvignon vines.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Actually, I think it does say that. I misinterpreted. Yeah, that's right.
We won't hold it against him. But he had planted actually the year and two years previous to that Merlot, Riesling, Gewürztraminer, Chardonnay, and Gamay, and those were all. And did I say Merlot? I said Merlot.
Yeah.
So those were all grown or planted the year and 2 years previous to Cabernet Sauvignon. So all very old vines here, but our claim to fame is the oldest Cabernet Sauvignon commercial planting.
And that's what 1978 was.
1978
that was the year I was born, by the way.
Was So how old are you?
33.
33. Okay, so the Cabernet Sauvignon wines are 33 years
Here
old,
we are.
and the other ones that I was lying about are 35 years old.
Right on. All right, so these this is so it's a blend, and is this a wine that you produce every year, or is it a wine that you only produce in certain vintages that you feel are better?
The goal is to produce it only to produce it every year. It's going to be our signature. It is our signature white blend. We also produce a 100% Gewürztraminer, 100% Riesling, and 100% Chardonnay. But this is the one white blend that we're going to do, and we produced it in 2008, the first vintage for it, and then I produced some in 2009, but the batch didn't turn out. It wasn't as nice as I had hoped it to be, so we didn't release it, and we haven't released it as Summer Solstice. We won't. It'll be something else. It wasn't as nice as Summer Solstice has been, and obviously was the following year. So 2010 is probably the best year for this particular wine.
Yeah, I've had red Summer Solstice, but I've never had white.
Yeah, the red one, which we have, and we'll try it in a little bit, is actually called Solstice, and that was the original blend that I did in this winery. A little background of myself: I started here fresh out of college. I might add. I know I look old, but fresh out of college in 2007. I was hired on by Sandra Marynissen to work as her assistant, and within the first vintage, she offered me the position of of head winemaker, and so when I first got there in 2007, I produced a blend called Solstice, which is a Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Syrah blend. I wanted to produce a white wine to pair with that. And Summer Solstice was born. My whole thing is blending grape varieties to bring out the best in a wine, not produce necessarily varietally specific wines. I like to blend them.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So I don't know.
You want to taste this one? I want to taste it. First thing you tell.
What do you get on the nose on that?
Well, first and foremost, the Gewurz pops on this wine.
Yeah.
The Gewurz brings out rose petals like you wouldn't believe. As this wine is aging a little bit, it's 2010, so it's not that old, but it's starting to develop a lot more of the lychee character and a lot more of a peachy lychee character.
Peachy lychee.
When you taste it, you'll be able to taste a little bit of that spice, that pepper spice in the finish. And
it smells really nice.
It has a real nice viscosity.
It smells beautiful.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I like it. It's probably the prettiest one I think I've produced on the white side.
The body in that wine's incredible. Really nice. It's got a nice thickness to it, right? It's incredible. It actually reminds me of as if you're drinking a dessert wine, but it's not sweet. It's got a hint of sweetness to it.
I like to with especially with aromatic whites, I like to leave a little residual sugar in the wine.
Yeah.
Not ferment it completely dry, because a lot of times that throws the balance of the wine out. The wines, we don't have a problem with acid in Niagara because it's such a cool climate technically for growing wine. We retain a lot of acidity in our wines. And to keep that balance, we have to leave a little bit of residual sugar. Otherwise, the wines can taste a little bit on the sharp side, and that's not the goal. That I don't want to have a wine that's sharp or really
no. This
crisp.
is nice. This is super smooth. Yeah, it hits the palate super smooth. So would that be a 1 in the sugar scale?
That's
consumers were looking
just over a 1.
Just over.
So there's about. If I remember my notes correctly, there's about 12 grams of sugar per liter in that.
Okay.
So it's what it comes off as. The acid level is about let's say 6.5 grams of acid.
That's just a really nice nose on that.
So it's double the sugar to acid ratio. So it comes across as being a little more fruit forward and less acidic. Then if I was to ferment it less than 6 grams of sugar, it would tend to be a little bit more sharp. So that's
right.
That was the goal.
So that's how you tame the acid in Niagara.
That's right. Yeah. There's different ways you can do it. You can de-acidify, or you can blend to make it a nice sort. Because I like acid. Acid is good for food.
Right. Exactly.
It's very thirst quenching. Even though the wine is sweeter per se.
Yeah, it's got a hint of sweetness. I wouldn't say it's sweet though by any means.
And it does cleanse your palate.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's much like having a nice sorbet in between courses.
Right.
You've got a little bit of sweetness, but you got a lot of acid.
Yeah, it's fresh. I mean, it's got sweetness, but it's not annoying sweet. It's not. I don't feel like I'm going to get a headache if I drink this one. It's got a nice freshness to it.
We would hope not.
Right on. So it's going to get a shot of the color here. It's got a nice golden color to it, but you still see through it. So the color is really nice. Again, on the nose, you said I think you said roses. I got like flowers.
It's often either rose petal or orange blossom. Those are the
orange
two.
Blossom. I get that. Yeah, that's definitely what I get now that you said it. Sometimes you often think you smell something, but then when someone says it, you smell it right away, right? Yeah.
Yeah. This wine tastes like it should be about $50 a bottle, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
You heard it here.
Oh, I can definitely tell just by the body. I'm a huge fan of a body in wine. If it's too light or too thin, I think just in my head, even if it has characteristics I like taste-wise, sometimes I think it's a cheaper one. Yeah, the body on this hit me right away. Really silky, right? It's a little bit bigger body, so
thanks, bro.
It's a beautiful wine, yeah, definitely. So what's the retail on that wine?
I don't know. I'm not the retail guy. I think it's $15.
Yeah.
I think it was $14.80 plus bottle deposit, so I think it's $15.
Yeah, and that's an incredible price for a wine this quality. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, thanks.
So we'll be sold out soon.
That's the goal. The goal is to be sold out before the next vintage. So
Yeah.
I've got the 2011s brewing away right now, so
And
hopefully that's going.
And what about for holding? People are always talking about holding wines, and now more so. I've heard sommeliers talk about holding your white wines. Is this something that people could hold on to, or is this a wine that you'd say, hey, you drink it when it's fresh, when the flavors are popping?
My advice always, and we talked a bit about this before. I still am a certified sommelier, and people ask that question to me all the time. And to be honest with you, hold the wine or drink the wine in the style that you like. If you like aged character whites or reds, drink them with a little bit of age to them. I myself like a wine a little bit on the younger side. I like something that sort of makes me think about it. It doesn't get lost in my mouth. I kind of like a wine that's a little bit more fresh and sassy. Maybe,
Yeah, exactly.
And so I like to drink my wines a little bit younger.
Acidity. You said you love acidity. Yeah. Exactly.
Now to truly answer your question, because I've been kind of hedging it, to truly answer your question, this wine probably, I would say, comfortably in the bottle, if it was kept in perfect conditions or nice cellar conditions, will last comfortably for 5-6 years maybe. Would I drink it that old? I probably myself wouldn't. I probably would be drinking it within the next 2 years. And I mean, to be honest with you, I have a hard time keeping wine. So, I mean, I do have some wine in my cellar, but
I think a lot of people have that problem.
Yeah.
I just did a taping last night, and I said nobody has patience anymore for anything, let alone something you like wine.
Exactly.
Yeah.